The Supreme Court blew it when it comes to birthright citizenship. The American people lost today. And the reason why they lost today is because our national security was ignored. The current threat landscape was ignored by the Supreme Court, and the burden to the American taxpayer was ignored.
This is a failure on the part of Justice Roberts and Coney Barrett. The analysis has to be, we have to be a serious country in this day and age to protect this country from individuals that would come in and compromise it.
I think this is an abject failure by the Supreme Court's majority in the birthright citizenship case to properly interpret the 14th Amendment. I would imagine that vetting any future nominees to be justices on the Supreme Court will involve this question. Do you agree with the majority's decision in Trump versus Barbara? Yes or no? That is going to be a litmus test.
Amy Coney Barrett has just been an absolute and utter complete disappointment. Total and complete. The notion that birth tourism is somehow codified by the 14th Amendment, you have, like, the jumps in logic you have to make.
Okay, both legal and national security experts, Charles Marino, Brett Tolman, Gene Hamilton, Mike Lee, pushing back on the Supreme Court ruling to uphold birthright citizenship. Look at Justice Thomas's, what he wrote in his dissent, quote, "I'm not sure that today's opinion will stand the test of time and that today's ruling devalues the dignity and glory of American citizenship." President Trump says Congress needs to work now to stop this. They need to work on legislation to end it. Joining us now, Fox News legal analyst Gregg Jarrett. Greg, you're always so good and smart about this. What was your reaction to this ruling today? Did the Supreme Court get it wrong?
Oh, they got it profoundly and obviously wrong. Because if you read the 1866 debate over the 14th Amendment, as I did the day the president signed his executive order, you'll understand that the authors never meant for it to grant automatic citizenship to the children of parents who broke the law by coming here. And in fact, you know, look at Senator Trumbull and Howard's remarks. They made it abundantly clear that it does not include people here illegally or fleetingly and people who still have allegiance elsewhere by virtue of foreign citizenship. Unfortunately, that understanding disintegrated over the last century. Thomas and Alito got it, but the majority seemed unpersuaded, and instead they relied on a misreading of an old 1898 Supreme Court case called Wong Kim Ark that granted citizenship to a son born in the U.S. But wait a minute, his parents resided here lawfully and permanently. That is the exact opposite of being here illegally and temporarily. And yet a majority of the justices today mistakenly use that inapplicable case as justification for wholesale birthright citizenship for anybody, including those who are here illegally and temporarily. It's confounding, but Thomas said it devalues American citizenship. And you know what, Liz? He's right about that.
So what happens next? I mean, we see Republican Bernie Moreno talking about moving on legislation to stop this. Do you think Congress is going to try to narrow birthright citizenship through legislation? Did the ruling open a future path for that? Does it need a constitutional amendment?
Well, Justice Kavanaugh, Liz, offered a roadmap, if you will, for avoiding a constitutional amendment, which is exceedingly difficult. And instead, he argued that Congress does have authority to pass standard legislation restricting birthright citizenship. And he's right about it, because Section 5 of the 14th Amendment, anybody can read it, gives Congress enforcement power. What does that mean? It means they can further define the amendment's parameters. They can create exceptions. They could codify a new law that excludes children of illegal aliens or things like birth tourism, you know, where pregnant moms arrive, deliver a baby, then they take off. The Center for Immigration Studies, I looked it up, estimates that more than 20,000 of those happen each year. Even if it's less than that, you know, it's still a lot. And China has taken advantage. They created an entire industry of birth tourism. And Alito in particular warned this is a national security threat to the United States. And
Gregg
he's
Jarrett,
right.
thank you so very much for your analysis. That was great. Terrific stuff as always.